race here to win for Matty McPherson wins the Mexican G-Prix. Chulo just a tenth behind. Gwetzley boy wins the Lithuanian. Totsod wins the German G-Prix. Fabio wins the Turkish C-Prix. What an amazing
4-second lead is gonna cruise the Singapore.
Skip wins once more this season. Does win the Singapore C-Prix here.
Absolutely wins the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Hello and welcome to Challenger Virtual Season 7, Round 7 for the Turkish C-Prix. We start off with 3 minutes of qualifying. Let's take a look at the tokens spent here today. We've got 4 tokens being spent by NASA Luna's Iceberg, 3 tokens from Fast Juicer of Matessa and Charge JT of Sloth Racing, 2 tokens from the likes of Lira, Stefano, both Hurricane drivers Gwetzley and Mr. 06, as well as Matimar, 1 token being spent by Gusiman, the current World Drivers' Championship leader. And with the second lap underway now, let's focus on this qualifying session, shall we? We've got Fast Juicer Iceberg up here, the 3 token and 4 token spender. Texman the first is running quite a good qualifying thus far, tokenless, up all the way over here. That is quite something. Fast Juicer across the line takes provisional pole with a 26.97 lap. Right behind him, Iceberg. Then Texman the first. What has this guy had for breakfast? Tokenless qualifying from him. It's looking quite impressive. Guziman in 4th, Gwetzley, Lira, Butterlord, tokenless in 7th, Charge GT in 8th, down in 8th, Stefano down in 9th, Matimar in 10th, Mr. 06 down in 11th, and Texman the first improves to 26.98. What a lap from Texman the first. Where is his teammate? His teammate Dumashna up in 10th. At the current moment, tied with Stefano for 9th in qualifying. But is he higher up or is he looks to be lower down? Yeah, he's all the way down in 17th in actual race pace. And we've got an improvement from both Iceberg and Fast Juicer. 26.93 from Fast Juicer, 26.98 from Iceberg. Fast Juicer chasing his first ever race win, but Iceberg in a NASA Luna car with a 4 token spend is not going to make it very easy for him. 6 career P2 finishes, and Iceberg is going faster this lap. At least that's what it looked like. Yes, it's a 26.73 lap time from him, while Fast Juicer hits another sub 27 lap time with 26.95. Texman at first, still keeping up in 3rd, but he has lost the main 2 here. Iceberg catching up to Fast Juicer, so once again going faster. Oh, bad exit at the end. Fast Juicer only at 26.98. But it is Iceberg currently on provisional pole. Nobody's beaten Texman to 3rd just yet. Fast Juicer now it's the final lap of qualifying, and he's gained some gap to Iceberg now. Will that be enough for him to take pole position? Does he have a fast lap incoming? Let's see, 26.65, and Fast Juicer takes pole position ahead of Iceberg. Texman at first, tied with Lira, but he will start from 3rd. Let's take a look at the full results. Here are the full qualifying results, tokens and upgrades up. Fast Juicer starts from pole position for the Turkish C-Prix. Last race in Palanga, Barlord came to win it out of nowhere with only 2 tokens spent. And now Fast Juicer looking for his career first win. Career first in Challenger Virtual. He has won, I believe, a race or 2 in JV East. But he starts from pole. Iceberg will look to make this his 2nd victory of the season. If he can beat Fast Juicer to it, he will start from the front row. Texman the first in an incredible display, and I have double checked. Tokenless qualifying 3rd. amazing job from him. Lira, with 2 tokens spent, qualifies in 4th position. Stefano will start from 5th, ahead of his teammate Guzman, who currently leads the Drivers' Championship by 12 points, spending 1 token once again for this race. Chargy T starts from 7th despite spending 3 tokens. Will hope to make it up the grid. Butterlord, tokenless, the second best tokenless performance in this qualifying, will start from 8th. Ethan, the 3rd best, starts from 9th. That is looks like a very good track for the Pandora racing car. 4th and 9th, and also the upgrades they brought in, the grip and the double turbo, seems to have helped. Guetzli starts only from 10th, spending 2 tokens. It's not looking like a good track for Hurricane. Matimar starts from 11th, spending 2. Dumashina, tokenless, starts from 12th. It's a great track for Call of Forza. Nandi starts from 13th, Fabio 14th, Freseni 15th, Mr. 06 behind all those tokenless drivers with 2 tokens spent starts from 16th position. Julo from 17th, G4 from 18th, Arcaniac from 19th, and Ruski from 20th. The RBRs really not impressing in the second half of the season thus far, and not spending much tokens, so we'll see if that changes once they do start. But with the grid rundown out of the way, 41 laps await us here in Intercity Istanbul Park. For the Turkish C-Prix, will Fast Juicer win for the first time ever, or will Iceberg win his 2nd race of the season and propel NASA Luna to that Constructors? Texman the first, what will happen with him with his tokenless result? Bartlord and Ethan as well, how will they do? Let's find out. Here we go. Here we go. Fast Juicer, Texman the first, and Stefano starting in the mediums. Iceberg starts on the softs. He's off to a fast start. Fast Juicer hits the inside grass, and Lira has passed him for 2nd on the hard tires, and it's a terrible start for Fast Juicer. And then we've got Guzman, Stefano, Texman the first, dropping rapidly already down to 6th, down to 7th. Barlord making his way up the grid, and Iceberg is off to an amazing start right now in 1st position, followed by Lira, followed by Fast Juicer. Butterlord is up into 5th position at the current moment, tokenless, fighting Texman the first, who is also tokenless in a grid where 9 drivers are spending tokens. There's 2 drivers fighting for top 5 without any spent. One insane start we have, but Iceberg has gotten away. Sublime start from the NASA Luna driver. Lira being co-opted by Fast Juicer now, who's recovering from his, in comparison to Iceberg's abysmal start, but he hits the grass there. Bad exit. We've got Guzman behind him. Stefano seems to have dropped, and it's Bartlord and Texman the first fighting for 5th position here. Texman the first overtaken round the outside. Guetzli with a great start, up to 7th already, and his teammate Mr. 06 starting from, I believe it was 16th, already up into 9th position. Is also a good recovery from Hurricane's very terrible qualifying. But the top 4 are as it were. Bartlord now not only going to have to deal with Texman the first, but also the impending Guetzli is trying to overtake Texman there and keep that position, and he manages to do so now. He's got Barlord ahead. Barlord on the hard tires to Guetzli's softs. Should be a no-brainer. Fast Juicer once again very close to Lira. Down the inside he goes on that hairpin. Through the chicane, he's through into 2nd position. Lira will look for a counter move down the inside of turn 1. Fast Juicer still fighting for it here, but they are losing time to Iceberg, and Fast Juicer finally gets 2nd position. Guzman and Barlord have caught up to in the meantime because of the fighting. And Fast Juicer is 3.5 seconds of Iceberg in 1st. He'll be looking to try and close down that gap. Let's compare lap times here. 27.47 and Fast Juicer with a 28.07. Seems to have closed it down to 3 seconds. Both maybe Iceberg had a bad first sector. Lira still running in 3rd and Guzman in 4th. Butterlord running in a high P5 at the current moment. Guetzli in P6. Mr. 06 has gotten up to P7. Looks to be a very solid double points performance for Hurricane if they can keep this up. Ethan, the tokenless driver, fighting him for it, and Texman also still up here. His teammate Dumashna is in the top 10. It's a completely tokenless Call of Forza, but they are currently running double points for what might be actually their first time in the season, but I'm not quite sure about that. Don't quote me on that. It is crazy no matter what. Fast Juicer is still within 2.5 to 3 seconds from Iceberg, and the gap remains roughly the same, 27.93, 28.22. If anything, he's losing time, but it's not looking like that. Oh, Gwetzley's into the pits of the soft tires after 7 laps ran. He's opted for the medium tires. So is Dumashna, also into the pits of the softs, onto another set of softs. Very risky move there to go for a second set of softs, because the softs will just not last for long. I think hard tires are what you want to focus on, mediums and hards. You see some drivers exiting the pits now. G4, Matimar already lapped by the likes of Fast Juicer and Iceberg, and Iceberg's softs are starting to wear. You can see that gap closing down to 1.5 seconds, still way too far away from striking distance for Fast Juicer, but Iceberg surely has to go into the pits now, and he does so after 8 laps on the softs. Fast Juicer stays out, but he'll be into the pits shortly as well. He inherits the race lead for now. Lyra up into second. Where will Iceberg come out? Behind Guzman, and just behind Barlord as he makes the move. Barlord makes the move into P4. He's going to slow down Iceberg to help Fast Juicer's chances, it looks like. Whether on purpose or not, he is clearly trying his best, but now overtaken by Iceberg, who's on those fresh hard tires. Clouds are coming soon. A rain could really change the entire state, only the state of those who have already pitted, from being unable to easily catch back up. We've got Lyra in second, Guzman in... Oh, what has happened? Barlord up into fighting for third with Guzman, and Iceberg has dropped behind. Some chaos with the lapped cars, maybe. But it is Guzman and Barlord fighting for third place. What is going on? Guzman is into the pits off the hard tires, while Fast Juicer is still out on medium tires. It's insane strategy calls here, left and right. Who is in the right? The ones staying out or the ones pitting early to get their undercuts in? Because Iceberg has just overtaken Barlord as well. He's back up into third position. He's got the fastest lap of the race. Fast Juicer finally into the pits. Where will he come out? Lyra is also into the pits. Fast Juicer onto another set of mediums. Lyra goes onto soft tires. Fast Juicer comes out just behind his teammate Barlord, who's still out on those hard tires. He is extending like crazy. Is currently a double podium running for Matessa as a result. But Fast Juicer has to go round the outside of Barlord that entire complex turn 8. And that will definitely cost him some time, but he's very close to Iceberg. Iceberg has been slowed down enough for Fast Juicer to retain a gap of just under 2 seconds now, and Barlord now pits onto another set of hard tires after 13 laps. He comes out in 5th position. Behind him, Ethan, who still hasn't pitted for a fresh set of hard tires. It's Iceberg in the race lead. Fast Juicer under 2 seconds behind him, uses some boost laps, Arcaniac I think it was, and he's closing down rapidly through the section. Bad exit, I feel like that was, but it doesn't look like it. It's a 26.78 lap time from Fast Juicer on medium tires. Just to remember, it was a 26.65 on the softs he did in qualifying, but he struggles there with the lapped car of Charge AT and Iceberg, and he doesn't make a move just yet. He's under a second behind now. He's got a lot of boost saved up, a lot more than Iceberg here. And through this final section, and this final section can really be the undoing of a lap, but it's the opposite. Fast Juicer right on the back of Iceberg. Can he make a move on him? They're both struggling to lap Charge AT, who's down in 15th with 3 tokens spent. Actually, what has happened? What is this race turned out to be today? Let's put up the tokens again for a little refresher there. 3 tokens being spent by Charge AT as Fast Juicer goes round the outside, and he's through into the race lead. Hits a little bit of grass on that final chicane, but he keeps the race lead going. He's on the medium tires, he's on fresher tires and faster tires than Iceberg. They will probably pit around the same time, but with the strategy we've seen so far this race, don't be fooled. by such a thing as a simple strategy. There's nothing simple about strategy here. Iceberg looking for a counter move after lapping Julo. Boosts his way, but goes wide, and Fast Juicer stays in first position for now. But Iceberg is holding on. Holding that on and keeping that fight going on that 4 token spent to Fast Juicer's 3. Oh my. Fast Juicer now gaining some time, deploying some boost there, but Iceberg's got a lot saved up that he's able to deploy probably on a straightaway. Anyways, too much talking about the race fight. Let's switch to the rest of the top 10. It's Lyra, currently in 3rd place with 2 tokens spent. Looks to be another great performance after Valolunga. If he can keep this up, it's Guzziman in 4th position on now quite worn soft tires. And then it's Barlord on relatively fresh tires, up in P5 still. What a tokenless performance it has been. Matessa absolutely dominating this track thus far. Mr. 06 up in 6th position. The Hurricanes also looking to gain some points. Not crazy, nothing crazy, but still pretty respectable. Ethan is up in 7th tokenless. That is an amazing result for him as well. Guzziman is into the pits off the soft tires. He's going for another set of soft tires, and he exits out in 6th position. Look at the gaps that have formed between all the drivers now. That is crazy. It's Ethan in 7th, as it were. Gwetzli in 8th. Nandi running tokenless in 9th position as Fabio enters the pits. That's where he is at 9th position for Nandi. Great tokenless performance if he can keep this up. Texman the 1st. 10th, Iceberg and Lyra both into the pits. Iceberg onto a new set of hard tires, Lyra onto a set of softs. Barlord is up into 2nd position on still relatively fresh hard tires. There is a 1-2 running for Matessa at the current moment. 11 seconds he's behind his teammate Fast Juicer though. Iceberg down the inside of Barlord he goes. That undercut has proved to be the right call here, but Barlord stays out with Lyra and Iceberg. Lyra looking to get past Iceberg as well. Gotten past Barlord just now. Oh no, Barlord back into 3rd position. Holding Lyra back a bit. Lyra down the inside of turn 8. They are losing Iceberg. Gotta focus to not lose him too much. Barlord down the inside of Lyra. Boosts his way forward. Goes wide. Lyra back into 3rd position. Fast Juicer out on worn medium tires. Will surely have to pit soon. He is risking exiting out and getting undercut by Iceberg. But at the same time, it's a relatively fickle balance you've got to find here. Fast Juicer stays out for another lap on the mediums. This looks likely to be his final lap on this stint of medium tires. 24 laps into the race, about halfway, more than halfway. Barlord already losing, has lost. Iceberg and Lyra. Guzziman in 5th. Mr. 06 is into the pits right now, which means his teammate Gwetzli will overtake him for 6th position. Will Ethan? No, Ethan will not. It looks like a 6th and 7th place finish is likely, but let's take a look outside the top 10. Dumashna, first of all, tokenless driver. Nothing crazy there. Then Fabio. Stefano, spending 2 tokens, has found himself down in 13th, probably due to some sort of incident. Same with Charge AT, down in 14th, spending 3 tokens is a terrible, terrible race for him. Julo in 15th, Freseni in 16th, and Matimar down in 18th, spending 2 tokens, will also be very unhappy with that, as Fast Juicer's finally into the pits after, was that 13 laps, and he's onto the soft tires, as Iceberg is going to overtake him coming out of the pits, and Lyra might as well cause a challenge for 2nd place. And you might just argue that Fast Juicer has spent way too long in that medium tire stint if he's opted to go for the soft tires now, which will probably still make him pit earlier than Iceberg. But he is catching him rapidly. Well, of course he is. He's on the fresh soft tire and he's through into 1st. Iceberg looking for a counter move on the finish straight, but he just doesn't have that speed that the soft tire does. However, both of them stuck behind Matimar. There he goes, Fast Juicer. Iceberg's got the inside line. Fast Juicer holds him off for it. Lyra now under a second behind them. Barlord still out on those hard tires, and he is a long way back, but he might be able to pull off a insane two-stopper here if he pits onto another set of hard tires. I would love to see that happen, to be honest. And he's into the pits, and what is he gonna pick? It's medium tires. Well, I don't think he'll take those 14 laps, to be honest with you. Guzman onto another set of soft tires. He's currently driver's champion, which I mentioned like 50,000 times already. But there you have it, 12 points ahead. And then it's 6 race winners right behind him. Which is insanity, because he has not yet won a race in Challenger Virtual. He's only had 2 P3 finishes, not even a P2 finish, and he's leading by 12 points, and that is because he is currently running P5 with just a single token spent. Just his points per token tally must be insane. Stefano, his teammate, may have won, but he's currently struggling to even get into the points. However, he is fighting his way for it. Looking to overtake Texman the first for 10th position. Here he goes. Can he do it down the inside of that hairpin? Will he go wide? No, he manages to keep on to it. He's up into 10th position. Lira is already into the pits for another set of soft tires 11 laps before the end. Surely we'll have to pit one more time. And Butterlord has caught right up to the back of Lira now. Might be able to make a move because he has not been out of the pits for too long. Iceberg, oh, slowed down there by the pitting G4, and he's now finally starting to lose Fast Juicer as his hard tires wear. It looks like it will be one more stop for both Fast Juicer, Iceberg, Lyra, and Butterlord, and Guzman probably as well. Fast Juicer getting slowed down by the lapped car of Guetzli. Lap traffic has been hounding the top 5 this entire race, to be perfectly honest. You can tell here Fast Juicer has got to find a way past him so that he can gain more and more time on Iceberg. But he's really struggling to. There he goes. And Guetzli's in 8th. He is lapping 8th placed car. And he's about to try and lap Ethan 7th placed. It's quite crazy. Texman the first pitting from 12th. That is not good look for him. Mr. 06 pitting from 6th. Fast Juicer still out in the lead of the race, looking to try and get his first race win. Missed it out in Monaco, and let's just not talk about how many times Matessa missed out on a race win last time around when Audi Sport absolutely decimated them. Iceberg is into the pits for his final pit stop onto the medium tires. And he's exited out 3 seconds ahead of Bartlord. Looks likely that Iceberg and Fast Juicer will be your top 2. But in what order? And will Fast Juicer enter the pits now to cover off? Yes, he will. He's into the pits now. Is it soft tires or medium tires he's going for? It's soft tires. Where will he come out? Will he come out ahead of Iceberg here? Let's see. Yes, he will. He comes out ahead of Iceberg. He covers off his undercut incredibly well. In fact, Iceberg with quite a bad outlap there, and Fast Juicer remains in a race lead on the faster tires, but will the softs wear out much faster than the mediums? That's the real big issue that could screw this up for Fast Juicer. Butterlord is up in 3rd position, 3 seconds ahead of Lyra, and they both still have to pit one more time. And Butterlord, I mean, he could take mediums to the end, but on 14 laps, he would be insane to do so. Iceberg down the inside of Fast Juicer. Into the race lead he goes. At the turn 8, just exiting, just boosting his way forward. And that is very bad news for Fast Juicer. Guzman into the pits. He goes for another set of soft tires. Comes out in 5th. 5th. Basically guaranteed for him. Iceberg slowed down by Freseni. Fast Juicer catching back up to Iceberg as a result, but he's got the faster tires, he's got the fresher tires, and he's looking to lose on this final stint. Butterlord and Lyra both into the pits, and it's looking like a podium finish, a tokenless podium finish is on the cards for Butterlord here. Fast Juicer half a second behind Iceberg at the current moment, while Butterlord is 14 seconds behind him. That's how dominant Fast Juicer and Iceberg have been throughout this race, but Fast Juicer is still stuck behind him, looking for his 7th P2 finish if it remains this way. If he can't find that overtake, Iceberg lapping Arcaniac. Fast Juicer's got to get past Arcaniac himself. He does so here, and he's deploying his boost, but it's not enough. It is enough to catch him up to the back of Iceberg, but he's still a little bit off. And we've got just 4 laps remaining. Will Fast Juicer be able to pull off the move to win the race? Or will Iceberg win it with his 4 tokens spent? I mean, surely he's the favourite here. But the whole race, it's been another race of complete Fast Juicer domination just for the final stint to go wrong for him. Iceberg up in first position as it stands. Laps Matimar, who's entering the pits. I don't know why. Very weird strategy call there. It's going to be a double podium for Matessa regardless. Fast Juicer catching up to the back of Iceberg here. And yeah, his soft tires are wearing more. He is definitely feeling that tire wear. Because if you take a look at those tires, they are the same. They are the same level of wear now, even though Fast Juicer pitted a lap later. He is really losing Iceberg now. Iceberg chose the mediums to have better grip at the very end of that lap, and it is working out for him magnificently here. 2 laps remaining. Fast Juicer has lost the back of Iceberg. He's lost the trail. 27.88 to Fast Juicer's 28.67. Is it done here? Will Iceberg win the Turkish C-Prix? And I believe this would be his 2nd win of the Turkish C-Prix in a row if he does so. It's the final lap of the race. Fast Juicer 1.3 seconds behind, but Iceberg has stumbled onto a massive pack of lapped traffic. But he's not really slowed down by any of them. He gets past all of them. Texman the first final one. He's got to get past. Fast Juicer's unable to catch him up in any significant way. Iceberg's past the lap traffic. Fast Juicer 2 seconds off. Iceberg, oh, we got heavy rain incoming. I guess that doesn't really matter. Iceberg wins the Turkish C-Prix. Fast Juicer in second. Butterlord is going to make it a double podium for Matessa for no reason. Tokenless. That is an incredible performance from him. Lyra in 4th position. We'll take that for 2 tokens. Guzziman in 5th for a single token. It's just been complete chaos. That top 5. In fact, from 3rd to 5th, all drastically overperforming in my opinion. 3rd, 4th and 5th position. Well, maybe not Lyra, but Mr. 06 finishes in 6th. As his name implies. Ethan finishes in 7th position. Gwetzli in 8th. 9th it will be for Stefano. Fabio in 10th has pitted for the wet tires already. Charge AT stayed out on the hard tires. What the hell? Stefano will finish across the line in 9th. Rather disappointing performance, but not as much as those who spent tokens to not finish in the points, because Fabio gets a single tokenless point. Dumashna in 11th and Texman in 12th. They just missed out on tokenless points, the College Forza boys. Charge JT spending 3 tokens to finish 13th. You want to forget about this race. Nandi in 14th, Frzeni in 15th, Julo in 16th, Ruski in 17th. Matimar will also want to forget about this race. 18th for 2 tokens. But it's Iceberg with his 2nd race win of the season, and I feel like despite Guzziman's current championship lead, that will propel Iceberg ahead of him. Let's see, 5th, it will be 25, that's 5th, 66, 71, yes. He will be just 3 points ahead of Guzziman. And a double podium from Racing Automatessa. Absolutely insane race here today. Let's hear the British national anthem for Iceberg in just a second here. Double points for Pounder Racing as well. Amazing performance from them. Double points for Dam, Plo and Hurricane, but not as much as Nassau. In fact, only 5 teams in the top 10. Pounder, Dan Flo, Hurricane, Racing Automatessa, Nassau Luna, and wouldn't you know, those are the top 5 teams in the constructors at the current moment as well. And they are the only ones that have scored points here today. The rich get richer. Here is the UK national anthem for Iceberg's 2nd victory this season. Congratulations. Congratulations to Iceberg 4 winning once again this season. And even if Fast Jusra would have won, we would have heard the same UK national anthem. They're both from the UK, but because it was Iceberg that won, the constructors' national anthem we will hear now is once again one that you're very familiar with, the Belgian national anthem. Congratulations to Nasaluna for the victory. In fact, let's take a look at the standings after round 7 just now. Let me just get them sorted. Here, as the Drivers' Championship looks like this. Iceberg currently leads the Drivers' Championship. He just lost out last season when his teammate from Audi Sport Virtual, Priya, beat him in the tokenless finale to take the Challenger Virtuals driver's title, and he's looking likely to try and fight for it. Again, this time around, he's just 3 points ahead of Guzziman, who has somehow worked this one token in each race spend to perfection with 68 points without a single race win or second place finish. 8 points behind him is Barlord with 60 points now, with that insane tokenless podium, followed by Fast Juicer with, of course, the P2 finish, but he's another 11 points behind Barlord, just 1 point ahead of Lyra. And then we have 3 race winners tied for 6th, and Fabio, Stefano, and Mr. 6. Fabio, of course, in 6 on countback, followed by Stefano, then Mr. 6. They are 3 points ahead of Guetzli Boy in 9th, 11 points ahead of Dumashna in 10th, with 33 points, then who's 4 points ahead of Nandi. Then we have Arcaniac. Ethan, the only top 5 team driver not in the top 10 of the Drivers' Championship. He's currently 9 points behind that final top 10 spot. Freseni in 14th, then Julo, Matimar, Ruski, G4 Lat 4, Texman the first, and finally Charge JT. That's what the driver's standing looks like. And the constructors looks to be quite a fight through the final 3 rounds now. It is Nasaluna currently leading with 118 points. Just 3 more than Danube Flow and 9 more than Matessa. Looks to remain a freeway fight, but with Hurricane now having dropped slightly, while Matessa has come into the picture with an amazing last 2 rounds. Hurricane in 4th with 91. Then it is Panda Racing. Apologies. Panda Racing with 72 points, looking pretty firm in that P5 spot. Then we have Nuri, the best of the rest at the current moment, 50 points. Matimar Racing 48, Colst Forza 47, Russell British Racing 36, and Sloth Racing 35. It's currently Russell British and Sloth Racing, the 2 teams that are at direct risk of relegation, but Nuri, Matimar Racing, and Colst Forza will all have to remain vigilant as well. They are not too far off them. With that being said, that was the Turkish C-Prix. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you after the 3-week break, starting with, I believe, the Singapore C-Prix, followed by the Tona, and then finally the race you know and love, the tokenless Interlagos race, as your tokenless finale. See you after the 3-week break. Bye.